Roadies, welcome to the Stitch Roadie channel from Portland, Oregon. I came up to clean the condo and to see what the heck was going on, and I had an appointment with Acorns and Threads. Oh, I know, we all love Acorns and Threads. And I had a lovely lunch today with Becca of SamBrie Stitches and Audrey of Stitchy Witch 42. Where Acorns and Threads is located in Portland, in the same parking lot is a McMinimans, which is a big Pacific Northwest, mostly, brewery, restaurant, and hotel family-owned business, and they had great outdoor seating, so you know it kind of worked for the three of us to have lunch together, and I can't tell you how soul-filling that was. I mean, it is, we've lost so much, and it was so fun to get a bit back. So when you go to Acorns and Threads, you, usually 2 people at a time in the shop. You have to wear a mask, and you have to sanitize your hands, and you make an appointment for your time. And so I figured that a half hour wouldn't quite be enough, and I was right. An hour worked. I could have probably done more damage had I had an hour and a half to think about things, but it was just so lovely to see all the samples. You know, I don't have a problem really with ordering online. I can't order fabric online. It's really hard for me. Right now, the only fabric I'm getting is from Fortnite Fabric, and that is because I'm not getting it for a specific project. It's just like a stash building thing, and it's fun to see what the boys dye up for the particular month, and that has been fun. But otherwise, I have a really hard time with online if I'm trying to look for a specific fabric, and so I was very much excited to go into the shop. And yeah, I can't say enough about that. It was, and Janine is, you know, she's such a sweet person, and she just wants to run a cross-stitch shop. She doesn't want to run a big online thing. So I know some of you are frustrated maybe because you want to call up, and we're so used to that immediate press the button, it's in your cart, it comes, and that's not our world anymore. That is not our world. It's kind of weird up here in Portland. It is very strange. It's so I've had a hard time the last 2 nights sleeping because it is very quiet. I know the news makes it sound like it's just sheer chaos, and we are downtown. Now, a lot of the protests are down a few blocks from us at the Justice Center. We're up on 10th Street, and a lot of that activity is down on 4th Street, 3rd and 4th Street. So it's not that far away, but just far enough away that you don't see a lot of the activity. But it's kind of disheartening in some ways because Portland State University is just 3 blocks away from us, the beginning of the campus, and the art museum is across the street, and with the campus closed, the art museum is closed, all the shops are closed, most of them, you know, I mean, you can go in, but only 1 or 2. People aren't coming downtown to shop, I guess, and there's no reason to hang around. And when I see the streetcar, which goes right past here, our window, the most I've seen on any streetcar has been 4 people. And more often than not, there's only like 1 person on the streetcar. In the bus, it may be 1 or 2 people on the bus. It's really different. It's very quiet. It's not vibrant. It's pensive. It's pensive. And I'm not used to that. I'm used to lots of activity. So yesterday, after I saw my grandson, we went for walks and then we sat on his porch or in his backyard. I decided when I came back that I was gonna, right 1 block over from us is the South Parks blocks, and the farmer's market was going on. It was the last hour of the farmer's market, and I love to get goodies for G. We both liked the Mission vegan gluten-free chocolates, and then they had some vegan gluten-free cookies. And they had the market spaced where the booths were further apart from each other. You had to wear a mask. You could only go one way down the aisle and come back the other way. It was different, but at least I was outside at the farmer's market, and that made me feel good. And in the same way that today, going to Acorns and then having a really fabulous time with Audrey and Becca, just enjoying lunch together and talking and catching up and making that next, you know, these are, Becca and Audrey are people I know through Floss Tube and cross stitch, but today was one of those days that I could uptick that friendship into another notch, which, you know, I'm blessed. I am blessed to call them friends. So that was a really nice afternoon. I really enjoyed that. And catching up on their projects. You know, Audrey is knee deep into her journals, you know. And it's so interesting to look at how she looks at the world. Everything that passes her view, she's thinking in terms of art. It's and having family members that are artists, you know, I recognize that that behavior, that really the world is her oyster. So while I've been here by myself. I have been doing a little cross stitch, and so I'm going to just show you what I've been working on. I've been working on my little Korean peeps, and I got the shoes and the starting of the pants of my next little boy. And this is a soda stitch pattern, and it's just so sweet. It's just so sweet. And so I worked on that. I would like to get another little boy done this month, so that means I have to, you know, kind of keep at it. And then for Joyful July, I have been working on my grandson's Christmas stocking, and this is a Shepherd's Bush stocking. It's called Parker, and I got Santa's sleeve done this morning. It's a really different stitch for me because it's this is like really big. It's 18 count cork linen. Cork linen natural is what it's called, and I'm using a 22 gauge needle, which is very, very big. Everything's very big. So I couldn't, I'm a stitch in hand person, so I use my quilted, my pillow, my stitching pillow that I have on Quilt Roadies, the tutorial for it. I don't have any problem stitching in hand with that pillow. So that's what I've gotten done so far the last couple days. So Acorns and Threads. Well, tomorrow, because I can't edit videos, tomorrow I'll be heading home, and then after that I will have G do just a I took a video of the shop, it's a short one, and I'll have him upload that with some music because there won't be any talking. And it's so fun to see the samples on the wall. And she's been getting new stuff in left and right. There was a whole bunch of new stuff, which was exciting. And because of that, I picked up Heartstring Samplery, Beth Twist's new pattern. What a time to be alive. Is that not the truth? This is her newest pattern. And you could actually do it in any two colors you'd want to. But Janine was sweet enough to give me a second copy of this to give away to one of you. Yeah. So what you need to do is please like the video, subscribe, and leave me a comment on, I think what the word will be is alive. So in the comments somewhere, put the word alive, and you will be entered into this newest pattern by Beth Twist, Heartstring Samplery. What a time to be alive. So use the word alive. And then when we upload the video of the walk around of Acorns, I will announce at the end who that winner is. So it's going to be a short one, you know, so I hope you watch this video and that you leave a comment, okay? And then I'm going to do that. So on to Stitchy Kindness. Oh my gosh. So Becca from SamBrie Stitches brought me a needle minder. It is so cute. So cute. And this needle minder is Gina's Unique Needle Minder. Oh, it's so pretty and so bright. Look at that bee. And Dance of the Bees. Here's a chart by Ship's Manor. That is so cool. That is so cool. It almost reminds me somewhat of an ink circle. Maybe I'm totally off about that, but that's what it reminds me of. What about haul? Okay. First of all, I got this pattern for a girlfriend whose birthday I missed, but when I saw it, it made me think of her. And it's called Mermaid's Garden by the Blue Flower. Isn't that just the sweetest? Yeah. Mermaid's Garden. I think she'll like that. I think she'll like that. And then, well, what I didn't tell you is I forgot to bring scissors. I forgot to bring scissors here, and not wanting to use the big honkin' scissors to cut my floss whenever I move on to the next color or thread, I have been using G's toenail clippers. which is, yeah, that brings a vision, doesn't it? But what Janine told me is that she was going for jury duty, and she was knew she couldn't take scissors into the courthouse, so she took a dental floss box, which I think is a really clever idea, totally clever. But I decided that I was going to get just a little pair of scissors to leave here. Yeah. And then I bought a bunch of needles, because you know needles now seem to be the new toilet paper. Well, everything cross stitches like the new toilet paper. So I bought several packs of needles. And then I had seen, I'm doing the have you seen the Tiny Modernist is coming out with another monthly series for Christmas starting in August? But I saw on SamBrie Stitches, Becca is also doing the Tiny Modernist Halloween Ouija, which is a monthly that's currently going on. And I saw how she, on the coffin where there was a cross, she used glow-in-the-dark thread. And so it was suggested to me while I was I wanted to do the same thing, because you know, actually in some ways copying is the highest form of flattery. I wanted to use glow-in-the-dark thread too, and so it was suggested to me to use petite treasure braid glow-in-the-dark. So I bought, it's very sparkly, so I bought that. And then there was only one thread color that I was missing from my Land That I Love, which is a sal that we're doing. And, oh shoot, I forgot that I was drawing for that extra book, huh? Well, you know what? On the next video of Acorns and Threads, I will not only be giving away the Heartstring Samplery pattern, but I'll announce the winner of the Land That We Love. So that'll be this week. But there was one color of the Land That We Love that I didn't have, and Janine, I know I say Janine this, Janine that. She's my cross-stitch guru, and I love her mother. Yeah. So, I got, she had set aside for me, I asked for the blue corn. That was the one. But what Janine told me was that blue dye seems to be hard to get a hold of. So the different thread companies are having a hard time with blue threads. So I got my blue corn all ready. So now I have every thread needed for Land That I Love. And of course I couldn't go in there without picking up another project, and knowing what I've learned the last 3 months in our cross-stitch COVID life, is that if I can kit it up, I'm kitting it up. And I saw this pattern right when I walked in the door. It's so cool. It's so cool. Stress, blessed, and obsessed. Yeah, coffee obsessed. Isn't that the coolest? Stress, blessed, and coffee obsessed. Yeah. I've never done one of these Lila's Studios, but yeah, stress, blessed, and coffee obsessed. And so it called for 40 count oaken. 40 count. Yeah. So I went ahead and did it. I got 40 count oaken, and the called for threads all ready to go. So this one is ready for kitting up. Oh, not ready for kitting up. It's already kitted up. Yeah, so I'm excited about that one because actually this reminds me of my younger son's family. They are coffee obsessed. They are truly coffee obsessed. Well, that was it. That was my jaunt into Acorns and Threads. It has filled me up for another few weeks. But now that I've had a taste, you know, I know that we're locking down a little bit more than we were. So I'm going to treasure that trip. Yeah, I'm going to treasure that trip and hope for the next one. So remember, next video, I will announce the winner of the Land That I Love booklet and the winner for the Beth Twist Heartstring Samplery. What a time to be alive. That is just so sweet. Yeah. Very, very sweet. Very, very sweet. So now I'm going to start doing some stitching, and I hope that we see you next time and that we all get something done. You know, it's like I want to do it all. I even want to raise chickens like Daleen. I watched her last video and all the things she does. You know, if I could just get one project done, I'd be happy. So if you ever get a chance to go over to So Grateful, that is a channel that will mend your soul. It'll mend your soul. So I'm going to just let you go. I could keep rambling and rambling and rambling, but I'm going to let you go. Love you guys. You be healthy, be safe, and keep stitching.